Hello everyone, this is Void Spirit. I'm here to bring you guys amazing fanfiction that you will surely enjoy. But before we start, please subscribe and like the video for more amazing content. Chapter 25. I owe you a lot, Jin Woo whispered as he watched Rimuru, who was resting after he used his strength in reviving Jin Ah. Cha Hae-in had already explained to him what happened while he was unconscious. She told about the dungeon in Japan that was opened and how the country was being destroyed by giants. She also told about the rule exception Rimuru got from the association and how he brought Jin Ah back to life in an event a few days ago. He's going to be fine, right? Song Yi asked, she worried about her teacher. He needs time to rest, just like when he cleared the S-rank portal that appeared in Seoul, Kanae said while using her cell phone's translator and motioned for them to be quiet and follow her to the living room. Sung Jin Woo, Cha Hae-in, Song Yi, Park Hee, and Jin Ho went with her to the living room, while Jin Ah changed the wet cloth on Rimuru's forehead. When everyone left, Song Yi's katana that was next to Rimuru's bed started to floating and a black-haired girl came out from it and started to approach Jin Ah. Who are you? Jin Ah stepped in front of Rimuru and tried to protect him. Get away. My name is Shizu. Shizu didn't move her mouth, but Jin Ah heard her voice in her head. You have the power to help Rimuru and everyone. What are you talking about? Jin Ah asks. I'm sure you feel it inside you, right? Your power, you just need to. Shizu then walked over to Jin Ah and touched her forehead with her finger. Release it. As her finger made contact with Jin Ah's forehead, a bright light came out from Jin Ah and illuminated the room for a few seconds. Jin Ah felt the magical energy begin to circulate through her body and a strong desire to sleep suddenly invaded her, causing her to fall to the ground. Shizu scooped her up and laid her down next to Rimuru. She smiled as she watched Rimuru sleeping, and returned to the katana as if nothing had happened. In the living room. Once there in the living room, Kanae used the translator to talk about Rimuru's plans to help Japan in case they couldn't contain the portal, which they did. Rimuru planned to travel to Japan with all the hunters from the Ajin Guild except for Cha Hae, who would take care of Sung, who was in the hospital at the time. Now that Sung was fine and Rimuru is unconscious, the plan had to change. I would like to be the one to take care of Rimuru, but I need to go to Japan as soon as possible to help, Kanae said, looking at Jin Woo, who was in charge of making decisions. Do you have something in mind? I'm not going to stop you from helping your country, the Jin Woo replied. We'll follow Rimuru's original plan, and we'll split up into the cities to eliminate the giants. I'll take care of the one who is guarding the portal and the boss instead of Rimuru. But someone has to take care of Rimuru, Park Hee reminded them. Who will do it? I'll take care of teacher. I won't let anything get close him, said the smiling Jin Ho. No, I'll take care of him. Song Yi didn't want to leave her master until he was sure he was okay. Whether it's Song Yi or Jin Ho, this will slow down the speed at which we clear the dungeon, Cha Hae interrupted. After all, no one has Rimuru's strength and skill. I trust that my shadows will reduce the number difference, but we still can't afford to leave anyone. Sung knew that if they wanted to minimize the damage they should all go, but he couldn't leave Rimuru unprotected and his shadows were necessary for the dungeon. I'll talk to Go Gun-hee and ask him to take care of Rimuru in our absence, Jin Woo said. It's not a bad idea, he's the strongest in the country outside of our guild. Kanae agreed with Sung's decision. Then it's decided, Jin Woo stood up and activated exchange. We'll leave tonight, get ready. He exchanged places with the shadow he assigned to the president of the association to inform him of what they would do and the need for his presence, as well as that he would request a plane for themselves. Chapter 26. Rimuru just woke up and the first thing he saw was Jin Ah, who was changing the cold cloth that is on his forehead. How do you feel? Are you alright? Should I call someone? Jin Ah asked worriedly. Rimuru just shook his head and closed his eyes, and asks in his mind. Why the hell did Jin Ah have magical energy? Ciel. What happened to her? Ciel? Damn it, Ciel. I hate it when you get like that. Tell me, what do you want me to do? After he said that, the world stopped completely and Ciel dragged Rimuru into the imaginary space where there was nothing but darkness and just the two of them. I only ask that you pay me more attention. Whenever you find a girl you always forget about me for a while. That's not true, besides I've never been with so many girls. Chloe, Shuna, Xian, Luminous, Hinata, Kumara, Testarossa, Carrera, Ultima, Shiraori, Karinina, Azusa. Okay. I accept that I have many wives. He interrupted her. He knew that Ciel was not going to stop until she named each woman he had been with or married. Only that? Ciel crossed her arms under her chest. And yes, I have neglected you. You never give me time to ask you out or do something together. I don't want this to sound like an excuse, but whenever we have a moment alone, all you do is throw yourself at me and we end up having wild sex. But you like it. Of course I like it. You are the most beautiful person of all. Ciel's frown expression had softened and she let out a smile. Rimuru just sighed with a slight blush on his cheeks. I'm sorry I didn't give you the attention you deserve as my first wife and most faithful companion. Me too, I shouldn't have behaved that way. She approached Rimuru, and the two was standing face to face. I am sorry. She gave Rimuru a small kiss on the lips, followed by another one a little longer, then another one, and another, until reaching a deep kiss. I'll make it up to you, Rimuru said, ending the kiss. We'll have a date. He held Ciel's hand, who looked at him smiling, and opened a portal in front of them. A.N. What happens in the quote I'll write in an episode called Extra. Maybe I'll post it after the end or between chapters. A portal opened over the sky of Japan. From there Rimuru came out. He watched the destruction that the giants were causing. He thought that he should get to work. Do it, Ciel. Yes, master. Ciel then turned the world back on course. Tempest sword in hand, Rimuru launched himself at two giants below him. He easily dodged the blows thrown at him and with 2 slashes he finished them off. It's not difficult at all. This won't take me long. There are about 30 left in all of Japan. The other members of the guild have exterminated 32 giants in total. That means that if I hurry I can match them. That's fine with me. He sprinted across Japan, from city to city, all to finish as fast as possible and show off a bit. The news that he was there cleaning the dungeons soon came out on TV, and therefore, his guildmates knew about it. Rimuru ignored the cameras and continued his massacre of the giants. He was cleaning city by city until he reached Shinjuku, where the portal was guarded by the largest and most powerful of the giants. You're late, he said to Sung Jin-woo, who was behind his back. Rimuru was still looking at the largest of the giants. Maybe, the dark-haired man answered, standing next to Rimuru and also looking at the monster. Are you okay? Better than ever, Rimuru replied with a smile and made his Tempest sword appear. I'll take care of this, you go for the boss. Understood. Jin-woo walked towards the front and stopped for a second without turning around. Thank you for saving my sister. I don't know what would have happened to me if she died. Don't worry. Jin-ah is my friend after all. He lunged at the monster and their weapons collided, creating a large cloud of dust. Now go. Chapter 27, short. Before Rimuru arrived in Japan, Sung divided the guild members into 3 teams. Park Hee and Jin Ho would be the number team 1, Cha Hei and Song Yi number team 2, and Kanae along with her former guildmate Minoru Hoshino number will be team 3. Sung Jin-woo would go alone with his shadows. Sung Jin-woo didn't bring any equipment with him. Sung along with the others would help the survivors while killing the giants. If necessary they would escape with the saved people if they failed to defeat the enemy. Although that wouldn't be a problem, they were strong enough to handle a giant. In the case of Cha Hei and Song Yi they can take on up to 3 giants at the same time. For her part Kanae was held back by Hoshino, who couldn't keep up with her. So he was entrusted by Kanae with the security of the citizens, so Kanae would focus only on annihilating giants. And so he did. He had at least 10 in those days. They would be more if they weren't scattered all over Japan. This is good for my training. Kanae murmured, wiping the blood off her katanas, and the memory of who was helping her train came to her mind. Get well soon, Rimuru. In another city in Japan there were Park Hee and Jin Ho. They, along with the shadows of Sung, were the ones who saved the most lives. Park Hee used healing magic on Jin Ho during battle and on injured civilians when they rested, which took a lot of energy and exhaustion. The Ajin Guild needed a healer since Park Hee doesn't specialize in healing after all. On the other hand, Song Yi and Cha Hei took down every giant they saw. They understood each other's style well and managed to make a good pair, which helped in the speed that they finished with the monsters. Cha Hei noticed that Song Yi was getting a little more skilled and stronger with each battle. How could that be? Was she the same as Sung Jin-woo? The hunter had many questions in her mind. Maybe she should talk to Sung and Rimuru. Back with Sung Jin-woo, he used his shadows to help people and kill giants at the same time. As he eliminated monsters, his army grew, turning them into shadows, which made his job easier. As soon as he felt Rimuru's fearsome presence, he sighed. It would all be over much faster. I hope I can extract the shadow of all the giants, he thought, hoping that Rimuru did not use the ability to absorb monsters on them.